Hey everyone, so I'm back with a truck project. I got this truck, pretty much like everything about it except for the running boards. And I've been dealing with them for a year now. I don't have the biggest feet by any means, but these are still even too small for my feet. Uh, yeah, my wife and kids and stuff complaining about the same thing. And honestly, I just don't like the look of them. I think they may have been put on there by an older gentleman, and that's fine, each to their own. But today, I'm going to take them off, I'm going to put some new ones on. So I thought I'd just post this just in case anybody else is wanting to put on the same ones that I'm going to install. I bought a set of 3-inch DZ Nerf bars, which I think will go nice with the mirrors that I have, because I love the mirrors. They're not the funnest to adjust, but once you get them dialed in, I think they're just sweet. But anyways, I'll take you along, show you what we're gonna take off. This is gonna leave some holes, and I don't really have the best idea on how to patch those holes right now. I was just gonna fill them in with silicone because it's gonna be on the rocker panel. Uh, I don't know if we'll be able to see it, otherwise I'll use some Google tape maybe. Anyways, if you guys have any better ideas, let me know. Let me show you what I currently have here. Okay, so they're okay as far as matching, but they're not a perfect match by any means. So that's what we're dealing with. And when you go to get in the truck, you can see it's like just the toes of your feet. There's no room for your I guess the end of your foot, your toes to go through. Where the Nerf bars, you'll be able to put at least the ball of your foot on there. So it'll just be more functional that way, and I think it'll look a lot better. So let me show you what I got. I've always had good luck with DZ products, and this is what I went with. Thought about going with a 4-inch Nerf bar, but I think that would be too big. I'm trying to stay tasteful with this truck. I'm not trying to get huge or anything like that. No silly lift kits or 42-inch Rams or anything like that. Like I said, trying to stay tasteful. So I got 2 of these, obviously. Now, I will say I bought these off Amazon, so pros and cons of doing that. Show you why. I was a little nervous. First of all, the delivery guy dropped them off at the end of my driveway. I have a pretty long driveway, and I never got an email saying that they were delivered. So, thankfully, my son was coming home, and he found them. So, this is how the package came. You can see pretty good rip there. A couple other ones not so bad. Then on this side, it looked okay. Pretty good dent right there. So somebody obviously dropped it. So before I even opened these, I went ahead and, or before I was going to install them, I went ahead and inspected them for any kind of damage. And believe it or not, they all look, they both look just fine. And as far as part numbers go, there it is. And I've used DZ Nerf bars before. I've always had, like I said, good luck with them. I went ahead and got the polished stainless steel 3-inch. So yeah, we'll get into this. Taking off these old ones are going to be a whole lot of screws. I'll try to get you under there, bring you along. I don't really know if this is applicable to too many people, but and then we'll get into installing the hardware, which kind of made sure all that was in the package as well. So you got your front bracket and your rear bracket for one side, and then the other side, and all the mounting hardware. And I got some anti-seize for the hardware. I don't want anything to seize up or rust up or anything like that. And a couple tools I'm using, impacts, maybe a nut rounder or a crescent wrench if needed, but we'll see. because some of this hardware, I don't know, 9/16, 5/8 maybe. Good size, but nothing this bad boy can't handle. This will be my first kind of job with this guy, so be interesting to see how this performs, but I have no doubt it'll perform flawlessly. Okay, I'll get in there and we'll get going on this. All right, so here's underneath the truck, and you can see these are the brackets that hold the existing running boards on. Now, in addition to that, there are screws. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right there. I don't know, every 10 inches or so that are going up into the rocker panel. So I don't really like that, but it will give me a chance to inspect under these, see if we have any rust. Well, that's cool. You can definitely tell they put in some silicone or something inside these screws. They've got kind of this rubbery coating on them. I think I have a screw in the wheel well. All right, yeah, so there's a couple screws right here, and it just looks like they may have used right here and there some of that vinyl liner rubber coating, so I gotta dig them out. All right, here's a better look. So definitely dirty. There's a little bit of rust. It's kind of crazy. They have two holes on this one here, 1, 2, but there's only one screw. So I'm gonna have to address those, and then in the pinch welds here too. I don't want them rusting anymore, but I can address those at a later time. I have actually been contemplating getting my truck repainted. You know, I don't think I'm going to fill these in with weld or anything. Maybe some epoxy or something, but looks better already. And so that's what I took out of there. It's unfortunate that they had to put those self-tappers into the rocker panel like that, but we'll address that. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and start getting well, I got to read through the instructions. I am one of the few that do read instructions. It seems pretty straightforward, but I just like to make sure I read them so I don't miss anything. And then I'll bring you all back. Okay, got done with the instructions, and little misleading because it says to remove the 12 millimeter body bolt, and that is not 12 millimeters. So they must be referring to a 1500. I mean, essentially this year, quad cab or club cab, whatever you want to call it, the same dimensions, but this is a 2500. So that's all I can think of, because 12 millimeter is way too small. Pretty sure, yeah, this is a 19. So we're going to zip that off, and they want you to use their hardware to install the bracket. So let's see how this impact works. Oh yeah, too easy. Okay, so here's the one bolt. All right, I'm not really sure why they want you to use their hardware, but that's what the instructions say. So, and this goes like that. And the back of the Nerf bar will obviously be bolted into that. But, okay, so again, the hardware I think is meant for a 1500. And so the factory body bolt that I pulled out is this. And this is the closest thing I can find to put in there. So that's what we're going to go with.
If it bottoms out, then I'll have to go back to using the factory. Doesn't, I don't know why they can't just include instructions for 2500. That's good. So we're going to do the same thing on the back. Now, this body mount is quite a bit higher, as you might be able to tell. This is the mid mount. Sorry for the wobbliness. And then down there's the front mount. Those are on the same plane. But then maybe if I get a different angle here. This is the rear body mount. And they account for that with this larger bracket, which comes with the kit. So too easy. This will just go on like that. Honestly, you probably could use the existing bolts. They're quite long, even with the washer and stuff, but I'm going to use the bolts they provided. Follow instructions, right? No reason for them to void my warranty. All right, let me grab the Loctite. Now, I've had pretty good luck with this Permatex. It doesn't dry too fast, so you can work with it for a little bit. I am running low, but should have enough for this job. Got my dogs in here with me today, just hanging out. They're in their kennels right now. And of course, my Belgian Malinois is just going crazy. She already tore up 2 toys I gave her. Cause she wants out. She wants to hang out with me, but she is nuts. She'll jump all over me, and she's trained pretty well. So when I tell her stop, man, she likes to play. I ran her 5.5 miles earlier today, and you'd swear she's she could run another 5.5. Okay, so now it's time to install the actual running board, Nerf board, or whatever you want to call it. And I called in some reinforcements on this one because these are 78 inches long. Can't get both at the same time. So it comes with these 2-inch bolts. Again, they said 12 millimeter, but it's much bigger than 12 millimeter. I think that's for the 1500. So that comes in from the rear. There's a hole on the end of the Nerf bar that this will feed into. Okay, so we got the bolts in on the back side of these Nerf bars. A little tricky, but we got it. So now that there's some hardware that comes with it that provides some horizontal bracing, requires some drilling. On to the next step, which is this additional bracket that comes with it. And I think this just gives it a little more rigidity, but it's kind of hard to film in here. So I'll do my best here. So you got like this flat bar, and then of course the hardware. This spacer is key because this and that is not on the same plane. Just read the instructions: flat washer, lock washer, and then nut. Obviously, don't know when there's ever a different order on that, but this is where now I have to drill a hole to attach this flat bar to the body of the truck. That's all I'm going to do now is right up there where that flat bar connects to the body. I'm going to drill out an 1/8 inch hole per instructions, and that comes with some self-tappers. So then we'll just secure that with the self-tapper. Not really going to film that because of zero room, but you get the idea. Okay, so I didn't really film the second one, and it literally took like 10 minutes. This was a super easy job, but
just thought I'd throw out there just in case someone is looking for kind of a how-to. The instructions are very confusing because I think they were trying to go for universal across all platforms, half ton, 3/4 ton, and 1 ton. So you just have to kind of use some common sense and, use the appropriate sockets. But yeah, this is what it looks like, final product. It does show kind of the rocker panel seam, and I'm okay with that. Not really bothered by that, but there's just so much more space here. And I get my toe under there and step up. So yeah, I think they turned out good. Again, these are made by DZ. We've had good luck with their products. I did get them off of Amazon for the tubular side steps. We always call them Nerf bars, and there's the part number, 370233. They fit across all 3 platforms for 2nd gen. If you're interested, I think they match the mirrors real well. That polished stainless steel. Now the wheels are chrome, so there was a little bit of a difference. Maybe not on camera, but I can see it in person. So yeah, again, hopefully this was helpful to somebody out there, and I appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one.